welcome to My Mini Addiction. I make and paint miniatures and terrain for tabletop gaming, and I'm usually not sitting on the floor. But for this week's video, I actually wanted to talk about what I call my DM cart. So this is something that I got a while back that is used for keeping stuff that when we're doing a D&D game that the Dungeon Master might need handy. And we've kind of done a series of things over the years where we'd have like a box, and so when my husband would be running a game, he would pull out, the monsters and things and have them hidden in a box. So, none of the players could see, what was in store ahead of time. And so, we did that. And then eventually when we moved our game room to a different place, I was like, what if we got one of these, these are one of those carts that you use for organizing like craft supplies. And I'm like, I think that would actually work really well. And we actually have two different DMs currently utilizing this cart. And how we have it set up is we have a drawer over here, and this is for one game, and these are for monsters and creatures that might be encountered in an upcoming session. So they've all been pulled from around the room and, hidden in here, so only the DM knows what's in there. So we've got multiple drawers that are being used by the two DMs to kind of put their NPCs and then, a lot of the monsters that they need for a game. And then also added, we've got drawers with some other things that might work for scatter and stuff. So it's, we got a wishing well, some market stalls, so other things that might be encountered in the game, and go down to get, bigger items. So it's like I've got a few larger terrain pieces in here, and so kind of a variety of stuff that, you might not know that, you need until you are encountering it at the time. So we've got one of the games is in Icewind Dale. So it's like, okay, have some wintry terrain, pine trees. So those are a few of the things that we have on that side. And then over here, we have a whole drawer of just spell effects. So these were, pre-made spell effects that, come in handy. So then, got a whole, mage hand, things like that. We were given a couple years ago some of these, so it's like printed on a transparency, so it shows, here's the area of effect for different spells. So utilize that stuff quite a bit. Then have another handful of things. So it's like, here we got, rocks. Are you encountering a pillar or other, stuff that, really comes in handy for campsites. So it's like, here we've got, a tent. Here's your campfire. So there's just, a lot of these things that just kind of come in handy. Oh, and then this drawer is all dungeon sticks. So these are, things if you're needing to create, walls and things. These are really easy to, put together. So I have a variety of those handy. And then also, these are just big foam made from XPF foam. So these are big, rocks. So that way, setting up the scene, where do you have, where can you get cover and all those different things. There's that. Oh, and then here's the last one. Here's some of the larger spell effects. Then we have, I don't remember what exactly these are called. So when you need to set up, the different heights, and so we have that, the big, get it out. So this is, I don't even remember what spell this is, but the big cage that goes in there. But this is just something that, as I've been going through making the video, kind of showing our mini collection, a lot of the minis are actually here in the drawers because they're being used in the games happening at our house. Another advantage to this is our DMs actually set their laptops on top of this cart. And since it's on wheels, it's really easy to kind of roll it out of the way when we're not using it than during a game. So they can have their, their screen on the table, and then there's, just gives that extra bit of counter space, so to speak, for, whatever they might need for the game. But you know, a lot of times laptops are being used. We've got TV that, you know, for projecting images on and maps and stuff like that. So, you know, this comes in really, really handy. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you guys and talk about that a little. As far as minis that I painted for this week, I've still just been kind of, you know, getting back into a more regular painting routine. And I've been just kind of grabbing more random minis. So the assortment is like some more, of course, you know, I have a never-ending supply of Reaper thanks to all the Bones 5 minis we got. And then I think the only, oh, and then, yeah, I did, so Reaper and then a couple WizKids. So another random mix of minis, kind of when I get more into a regular schedule as school starts, then I can start planning out, you know, how I want to start finishing some of these collections I started. Some of the board game minis I've been working on. You know, I still got to finish Witcher. I got to finish the Masters of the Universe stuff. So once things kind of get a little bit more settled in my schedule, then I will be working on those. But I think that's about it for this week's video. So guys, I hope you know, got some ideas on if you want to make your own little, you know, DM cart, and you know, see if that is a help for you in your games. And then let me show you guys pictures of these minis that I did. And then also my one other project I did is I reorganized our board games, because we've been getting, you know, a lot of games in, especially with some of these Kickstarters that are just, when we get all the expansions, we're kind of had stuff all over the place. Well, I took out where our coat rack was and I built these new shelves, and that was a bit crazy. I didn't think we would actually fill the whole area, but we kind of did. So here's a look at all of our board game collection. So right as you walk in our front door, there's no coat rack anymore. It's all games. So you guys enjoy the pics, and we'll see you next week.